All right, let's take a look at where Bitcoin is at right now. I am looking at this daily bar chart. Now, at the bottom of the screen, you see my cycle 1 solilunar cycle, which is plotted as an oscillator with the low, high sequence. And that is also, I marked that starting right here at this low. I marked that with the trend lines over the price action so you can see the turning points a little clearer. The second cycle is the moon cycle that I've shown in the prior videos. This one is marked by the arrows and the diamonds. Okay, the arrows are the primary cycle. The diamonds are intervening points that also will trigger the minor or major turns on the daily bar in Bitcoin. And then I'm going to add a third cycle today, which I did not mark on the chart at all, but I've listed the dates here. So I'll show those as I walk through this chart. The first thing I want to show, though, is the channel here with the dark blue lines. This angle coming down off this high, this is the primary vibration of the market for this particular trend move down. Now the lower blue line that makes the bottom of that channel is just this angle paralleled and set at the last low before the high. Then when that channel was broken, that was an indication that that initial downtrend may be over. We traded sideways to gradually upward in a sideways ABC correction where we made a high and then started to move sharply down. After we started to move down again, I simply paralleled this main angle and attached it here to this high. That's going to give me a future resistance point, which you can see right here. When that was hit, we were right there by these two cycle points, which were just a couple days apart. And as we approached that angle and hit that cycle point, we flipped back down to the downtrend. Notice now, too, that the first time the lower channel angle was hit, we got a significant reversal, which was the start of that correction. Anyway, you can see the high-low points on cycle 1. We had the low here, then we had the high. We had the actual low in this hump between the little double bottom. Upward move to this high, and then we were expecting to move down to a low. We had an inversion there, so we inverted to another high. Let me switch to a cursor. Inverted to another high where we were expecting the low. So then that indication was back up, and that peaked there, and that high was this high. We were expecting a high here also on the other cycle 3, but it was a very weak 1-bar move up. And when you just get a very weak reaction like that at a cycle point, that's an indication that it's just going to go hard in the other direction until the next cycle point is hit. Now, I was expecting this green arrow, I'm expecting that to be a low here on the 10th. That's in sync with the cycle 1 low. So the arrow is cycle 2. The bottom here on the oscillator, cycle 1, that is also tomorrow the 10th. So those 2 points come on the 10th. Now we had a low on the 6th here on cycle 3, which was this bar, and we should be going up on there to the 14th. Now with the 10th coming together on the other two cycles, we should be looking at a push up to at least the 14th. Now this cycle here goes up to the 20th, down to the 25th, up to the 1st. So that's what's coming up ahead. Let me go back and take a look at cycle 3. The cycle 3, I started marking that out here on 1/6. 1/6 was this high right here. Actually, the high was the 5th. The cycle came in on the 6th, one day after. The 11th was a low right there. The 19th, we were looking for a high. This was the one weak point in the cycle where it was kind of strange, a complete miss. You're going to get that once in a while, but not that often. The 25th then was looking to be a low right here, which was a low. Then we're looking for a high on the 1st. That's that crazy point right here where the other cycles, all three cycles converged here, and we just had this little 1 bar up candle. Couldn't take out the prior high of that inside bar right there, and then it flipped back down. And then we were looking for this low on the 6th, which was the actual low right here. Now that's the one I'm saying is looking to go up to the 14th. So that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. That shows you a little bit about what's coming up. So cycle 3, high to the 14th, low to the 20th. Cycle 1, high to the 19th, down to the 25th, up to the 1st.